the Oregon mountains to all the Mesilla Valley, reaching all of New Mexico. Broadcasting live from the Las Cruces studios, bringing you the issues that matter and the topics that count. Telling it like it is. It's the Mike Tellez Show. And now here's your host, Mike Tellez.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining me today with the Mike Tellez Show. My name is Mike Tellez. Today I have a guest, and for his own security, we're concealing his identity so that, we can talk truthfully and honestly. He's lived on the streets. He's gone through the hardness of being homeless. He's been around different groups. He's had some of the bouts and struggles with drugs, and he's seen some of the ugly of what's actually in the streets right now. And we've been talking about homeless for the last several weeks, and, we just don't realize what it's like out in those streets. We're thinking it's people that are just unfortunate circumstances and they're just sleeping there, but you know what? It's a whole nother world, and we're going to talk to, and I'm going to call him John. And John, thank you for coming on today.
Thank you for having me.
John, we were talking about life on the streets and how tough it is, and you were telling me that it is ugly living in those streets.
Yes, it is, especially being a minority nowadays. A lot of people judge you, so it's hard to get by through each and every day. Thank goodness for the resources for the homeless, so we have something to eat. But as far as the drugs impacting the community, it is making people lose who they are, very violent, ruthless. I'm losing friends monthly. I'm losing 1 to 2 friends due to the drugs, and it's getting worse and worse. I can't even count.
And John, what kind of drugs are those that we're talking about?
Methamphetamine and oxy blues.
So blues are the ones that are taking over things, huh?
Oh yes, sir. They're the #1 fatal killer. Like I said, about 2 friends a month, they end up leaving us, and they come from good families. Even your age, my age. My PE coach from high school, your physician, my doctor, you name it, and they're all getting addicted to these drugs.
So you're seeing regular people buying those drugs and getting hooked on them, huh?
Oh yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just like you and I.
So it's not only a homeless thing; it's for everyone's getting on those.
Yes, sir. Actually, the homeless community is growing, and that's sad to even say. But people just like me and you are getting addicted to them, and it has such a command on them, they'll leave everything behind for those blues.
So what does a blue do when you smoke it, say?
After smoking a blue, you sit there and nod out, and it's an opiate. So like when you wake up, you're already sick and you want more. You need more because your body's aching, this or that. And you'll do whatever it is to get another one.
So they'll go still, they'll do anything.
Yep. Lower their dignity, their morals, especially females. I feel bad for them. But we put ourselves there, but those blues are so harsh, and they're willing to smoke too many a day where they don't wake up in the morning.
How many blues could they smoke in one day?
I would say on average 5 to 10 a person.
5 to 10 in a day?
Yes, and that's absolutely ridiculous because I think two or more ingested would cause you to overdose and die, and they're smoking 10 a day.
Wow.
So
and how much do they cost?
They're from anywhere from $15 to $10 a pop.
And so they go out, and that's their goal, is to hustle enough to get at least one, huh?
Oh yes. First thing in the morning, they're already on their hustle to go do whatever it takes to get their next one. Especially the homeless community. They're the biggest consumers and buyers. And
they still, just from anyone or from Walmart, just from wherever they can, huh?
The neighbor, the yard, Walmart's a big supplier for the guys that do a lot of boosting for the drug trade.
And boosting is still in, right?
Yes, sir, correct.
And you see all ages out there doing that, huh?
All ages, even up to 60 years old, you'll catch a guy out there still.
Wow. And all the way down to high school age?
Down to high school. And the older you are, the neighborhood's a little rougher on you because it's harder for them to keep up. So they actually get robbed the most. They get hurt the most, just like we were talking earlier. And I just see it not getting any better. Someone needs to step in. Someone needs to eliminate these blues. Don't expect our youth to be any participant in today's society or productive participant in today's society due to those blues. They won't allow them. So just know that's not to be expected.
So you're telling me it's destroying them?
Destroying them.
And you've never seen anything like that in all your life, is the potency and the destructiveness of the blues.
Right.
And they're pills, right?
Right, correct.
Fentanyl-laced pills, I believe.
Correct.
Wow.
I've seen a guy sell his car for $300 last week.
To get blues?
To get blues.
Wow. And the prescription, and I'm reading where they're coming from Mexico, too.
That is correct. And the ones coming from Mexico are actually 10 times more lethal due to the fact that the FDA, they don't have a say in how much fentanyl they put into a pill. So that's pure fentanyl, and those are the ones that are killing our youth as we speak.
And that's the ones that are killing people on a regular basis, huh?
True.
And it's not on the streets. It's just not safe then.
No, not at all. Not at all.
So if you go to sleep at night, you're getting beat up or getting everything taken from you.
Oh yeah, easily. Correct. Easily.
And so you were talking about the only safe place to sleep. That was crazy. Tell me where you told me you would sleep.
My go-to spot would be any convenient establishment that is really popular or in business a lot, with all the people coming in and out, that keeps you safe from bad guys or drug dealers. And I would stay on top of the roof where people wouldn't want to go and climb, or that's the safest spot I would have, because I would wake up with all my stuff and first and foremost with my life.
And so you'd actually sleep on the roof?
Yes, sir.
And that's the only place you felt safe?
Yes, sir.
Wow. And anywhere, like these people you see sleeping around businesses and stuff like that on the ground, those guys are open targets?
Correct.
Wow. And El Paseo area is just really bad, huh?
Oh, it's horrible. That's the worst place of all.
Wow. And so these guys, what keeps them? Is that looking for money for blues or meth or whatever their high is, huh?
Yeah, and it doesn't. Money can come in the form of items such as devices. Even selling your car for money, instead of money, they would just sell it for blues. You know,
wow.
Money is almost obsolete. It's not even.
So that's not the main thing they're using to buy stuff with.
Yeah, correct. Money is almost doesn't even exist. It really doesn't even help. And
so what is the, like, say someone goes and steals a iPhone or something, they go and they sell it, what kind of money return do they get on what they take?
Well, whenever you steal something from the store on the street, it's a street code. So whatever the item's priced at the store, you get half in drug trade.
Wow.
So if it's $100 at the store, you get $50 worth in blues.
And that'd be maybe 5 of them, maybe even less.
Less, and that's the street code. That's how they do it.
So it's 50% off of brand new and used stuff. It's just almost next to nothing then.
Correct. Just a high, maybe.
Wow. And you can get that. Is it hard to find blues?
It is. So, towards the end of the month, like a prescription carrier would not have as many as someone would on the first of a month. And it just depends if a real big load comes from Mexico to supply the neighborhood. That's the only way they can keep a constant flow. And once they start running out, that's when people start getting violent. That's when you see the news on crime rate goes higher and everything else.
Wow. And so people start getting real angry when they're not on them, huh?
Oh, yeah, for sure. And that's towards the end of the month mostly.
And so when they're getting sick because they don't have them, that's when they become violent and moody and edgy?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Especially a homeless person that has nothing to lose.
Oh, so they already feel they have nothing to lose.
Because they've lost it all already.
They've already lost it all. And have you heard a lot of stories of people on the streets of what they've gone through?
Oh, yeah, I've seen it too. I've been there with them. I've been robbed at gunpoint a few times. I've had them take the shoes off my feet, chain off my neck, you name it. My wallet, everything.
So they will just brazenly rob you right there?
Oh, yeah, easily, in public too.
In public?
With a gun.
Wow. And are they younger, older, or all ages?
Mostly younger.
So the younger ones are the crazy ones right now.
Yeah, anybody in their 20s, you cannot rely on them for a stable decision.
Wow. And your home isn't even safe.
Correct.
So they'll break in there and just take it over.
Yes, sir, they will. They have before.
And so they just broke in and started partying and just took over your home.
Well, the current tenants that were living there before were Oxy Blue dealers. So the neighborhood, once they got kicked out, I moved in. The neighborhood just thought that was the place to buy blues, and they kept on coming to hang out, like the spot to do drugs and buy drugs. But they didn't realize that they had a new tenant, which was me, and they just took it over. 3 deadbolts in 2 months. Every window was broken. I'd wake up in the morning to a living room full of people smoking dope.
Wow.
Yeah, scary too, because some of them are gangbangers and they'll have guns. And they're telling me what to do and how to do it. I would just walk straight out, or I'd have someone going through my closet while I was asleep. I woke up one time and had a fist fight, altercation with an individual.
And they steal your stuff right there.
Oh yeah, especially if they have a gun, they feel like they're entitled to take whatever, and actually they are, or else you do lose your life.
Wow. And so you live in fear.
Pretty much, yes.
Wow.
About 25% of the time, if not a little more, there's always a fear in the back of my mind. Look behind me as you're walking. Every 100 steps, turn around just to see who's walking behind you, because you get those guys who like to follow you, and once you're in a dark spot, they'll get you. So you got to always turn around and see who's following you. Check your surroundings, know where you're going, fastest way there and fastest way back.
Wow. So at night you don't dare do very much if possible, huh?
Oh, no, sir. I stay home. I used to go out for a nightly stroll. You know, it was like my thing to vent. And nowadays I can't, especially being the minority, no way. I wouldn't make it back home.
And just to be clear, when you say minority, that means you're white.
Correct.
So being white, you're the minority, you get picked on.
Correct.
Wow. And they steal your stuff.
Uh-huh.
So you don't have a bicycle because it's taken.
Correct. I can't hold on to a bicycle more than a month. Even if it's my neighbor, they'll wait for the perfect opportunity to see me not around it, or put it down for 1 minute and it's gone.
Wow.
And it's straight at the dealer. I can go to the dealer's house an hour later and he'll have it.
They will have sold it to him.
Automatically.
And there ain't no chance of getting it back.
No, I won't even ask.
And I guess another code I'm finding out with people I talk to is they're all scared to call the police.
Oh yes, that's another code rule on the street. You don't call the cops, because then you will be targeted and you will be given a green light. A green light means a death sentence.
Wow. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about the streets here. And this is in Las Cruces, New Mexico, that we're talking about. We're talking with this gentleman here, and it sounds rough out there. We'll go into a little more detail when we return with the Mike Tellez Show. My name is Mike Tellez.
Hi folks, I'm Dave Gallus. This is your 3A Research Minute. We're here with CEO Michael Raucci of 3A Research here in Las Cruces. Michael, could you tell me the procedure of a trial?
Sure, Dave. A participant will come to our office to see if they qualify for a study. Once they qualify for a study, they will be asked to do evaluations throughout the course of a 3-month period or longer, and they'll come in periodically to see their progress and make sure they're safe and they're okay.
Michael, could you tell us the location here in Las Cruces? Where is that?
We are located in the heart of Las Cruces, 530 North Telshore Boulevard, Suite B. We have 2 locations in El Paso, and we've done so well, we had to extend ourselves here to this great community. So far, Las Cruces has been very responsive, and we love Las Cruces, so we're excited to be here.
Thanks, Michael. I hope the folks take advantage of this opportunity. That's been your 3A Research Minute here in Las Cruces. See you next time.
If If your loved one has passed away due to COVID-19, pay close attention to this message. You could be entitled to a death benefit of over $300,000. The U.S. government has set up a fund to pay families relief if they've lost a loved one due to COVID-19. The compensation includes a death benefit and lost wages benefit. Time is limited, so we urge you to make a free phone call right now. There's no cost to you for this claim. That's 866-372-3669.
Hi, I'm Ray Bamberg with Here on Earth. I would like to invite you for a free hearing evaluation to our office. We've been here in southern New Mexico for 34 years helping people hear better.
Do you suffer from rashes, dryness, flakiness, and thickness to the skin? 3A Research is conducting a trial of an investigational drug on plaque psoriasis. Subjects must be 18 years of age or older. This is an 8-week study. We will compensate you for your time and travel up to $225.
Enrolling participants now in Las Cruces. Contact our office at 575-288-1646 or visit our Facebook page at 3A Research or our website 3asites.com.
Taking a trip in the next 12 months? Airlines are under tremendous pressure and they're practically giving away their unsold seats. Like every crisis, this one will end too. But right now is the best time to take advantage of giveaway ticket prices on their unsold seats. We're not allowed to publish these low fares online. The only way to get these rock bottom giveaway prices is to call. So phone low-cost airlines now for airline ticket prices you may never see again.
Welcome back to the Mike Tellez Show. My name is Mike Tellez. We have a guest here today that we're concealing his identity for his safety. And we've been talking about the harsh, ugly realities of the streets, the homeless, and what goes on the streets. Mm-hmm. We're talking about home invasions.
True.
So home invasions aren't an uncommon occurrence.
No.
So we only hear a little tiny bit of what crime goes on because of the fear of calling the police.
True. That's street code.
And street code says you call the cops, you're in trouble.
You get a green light for talking and associating to the cops.
Wow. And a green light means they're going to get you.
Death sentence.
And if you eat and you have to go to Community Hope to eat, they'll find you there.
That's the number one place where anybody goes to look for somebody and even ask questions about someone else that you do know.
Oh, wow.
I get that a lot.
And so they'll get you anywhere, anytime, huh?
Oh, yes, sir.
So you can't call the police?
No.
You have absolutely no protection over what goes on then?
No. All you get is a copy of your involvement with the cops and stating a report, right? And you just gave yourself the death sentence, and that's all that's done about it.
And nothing is done to fix it?
No protection, no nothing. You're out there on your own. Nothing.
Do you think that'll ever be solved? Or do you think it's something that's so out of control, it'll never go away?
Right now, as we speak, we're in the moment where I can actually say we need somebody to step in and eliminate these blues. If we don't do it now and we allow more time and more youth to get hooked on them, then it will be out of control where we cannot step in. So we either do it now or never.
Right now, is probably the window's closing of opportunity to do something about them.
Correct.
And they're out of control that bad right now.
Yes, sir.
And it'll destroy the youth.
Just more than destroy them, kill them. It's tearing apart families. It's taking guys with a career 401k job, 20 years in, about to retire, straight to the streets, lost everything, just because he wants to smoke blues.
My goodness, they're that potent, huh?
That bad.
Wow. And right now you're basically saying this is our last chance or else we lose control of the city on that part.
True, correct. Due to how many numbers there is on the streets versus their numbers of productive society members.
Wow. Incredible. You know, the Kilby,
Yes.
you know, that I've gone there a couple times, looked at it, distributed food there. That is one rough looking area.
Yes, that is one place. That is one key place for all homeless to go. That they either pass through there once daily or they stay there on the weekend, get a room there. But it is most definitely, in my eyes, the start and end of all addicts. You get nothing but murderers, people on the run, people on the absconding on probation, drug dealers, prostitute rings, you name it. Illegal immigrants are in some of those rooms, and this goes on daily. And we're talking we're even talking pounds of pills.
Wow. So somebody, let's just say somebody's trying to, you know, they're hustling money and they're begging on the street or whatever. So we give them $5, they can go over there and get high on $5.
Easily knock on any door and ask for a blue.
And get high right there.
And get high.
Wow.
And if the dealer don't have a blue and he sees that you have money, you're gonna get robbed.
They're going to take it.
They're gonna take it from you at gunpoint.
So you're not safe one way or another.
No, not at all.
And so there's plenty, you know, as long as people are getting prescribed blues and the Mexico blues, which are even stronger.
Yes, worse.
So they're out there in the thousands then.
Oh yeah. Someone needs to get rid of the Kilby. I mean, it's taking innocent lives, especially the new rookie addict that's a youngster, don't know any better. He goes to the Kilby, there goes his life.
They'll take him over, huh?
The drugs will take him over. They show him nothing but bad, the worst way to use it, how much to use goes and increases, you name it. And it's like the playground for learning how to be trained to be the worst addict in the world.
Wow. And the girls will sell themselves over there.
Oh yes, constantly. It's demoralizing. It's heartbreaking to see. I have a daughter, and I can't believe that's how they'll do anything for them. Yes, sir.
Wow. And they get them so hooked that they own them.
Yes, pretty much.
So whoever
and then they start making money off them too.
Wow. So whoever has the drugs has the girls, and they make money off them and
make money off both of them.
Use them, and oh my goodness. So it's a sad sight, huh?
Yes, sir.
Wow. And homeless, is that something that do they want to get off the streets and start working, or is that where they want to be?
Pretty much that's where they want to be, because there's no rules. You don't have to answer to nobody, and as long as you stay to yourself, you can be the biggest drug addict you want to be.
And you just got to be safe and stay to yourself, huh?
Yeah, just stay alone. As soon as you get your narcotics, go to your safe spot and just use. And it's real easy, because the Hope provides clothes and food and everything else that you need. That really you don't really need much else, and you could just be the biggest drug addict you want.
So there's enough food and clothing that you don't need to work.
Exactly.
And there is a lot of food at the Community Hope. I see it.
Yes, sir, there is.
Then you don't have to cook if you go to the soup kitchen.
Not at all.
And that's for lunch?
Yes, sir.
Wow. Then you go to the Mission for breakfast or dinner?
Correct.
So there's food to eat.
True.
And they choose to sleep outside? And
yes. It's as if Las Cruces' resources for homeless to help themselves, all it does is aid the homeless to be homeless and a drug addict. That's all.
So what we're doing is we're helping the problem get worse rather than better.
True.
And I can't imagine what them getting stimulus money, that must have really been insane.
Yeah, that goes straight to the dealer's pocket.
Wow. And it just stays high for one long time then.
Correct. And then that money goes back into the drugs, and
right
it
into
never
circulation.
Ends. It never ends.
And there's gangs and stuff like that?
Oh yes, Las Cruces boys. If you see gang members at the Kilby, it's usually because they did a crime and that's their spot to hide out.
You would think that'd be the first place they'd look, but I guess it isn't.
Well, cops go there so often that when they do have a altercation or something, they'll show up and just really tell the chew to cut it out, and they'll leave again.
So they don't go in and get thorough and shake it down and go check everything out, huh?
Oh no, because they know every individual there is loaded either on drugs or with drugs, and this is an ongoing problem that there's nothing really that they do that phases the drug or drug people.
And they'll steal anything.
Anything.
And they'll sell anything.
Correct.
So a lot of these people steal from anyone they know.
Right.
No matter who it is.
Each other. There's no such thing as best friends anymore.
There isn't, huh?
Not at all.
Because the second time you go out, you lose your stuff.
Correct.
Wow, that is crazy. And so they break out your windows?
Break out your windows, take up space at your house. They'll take over your home if they want to. And like I said, on the street, it's street code for you not to call the cops. You just make yourself a bigger target.
Wow.
And
so you got to just do what they say and just get over it.
Pretty much, yeah. Walk away from it.
Wow.
If you're lucky to.
That is so insane. And so we see quite a bit of people. So they're not looking for help. They're just looking to get high again.
True.
And there may be a couple. And then you see the guys with the shopping carts. And some of them are so full. I cannot believe how much stuff they put in them carts.
Right.
And that's another habit, huh?
Yeah, it's another habit within a habit because they go and use the drug, and with the drug it causes psychosis. Psychosis will cause them to go pick up an item off the floor, and by the end of the day they've done it 100 times. So they got a shopping cart full of trash, really. And it just never ends.
Wow. You know, I'm going to tell you something. I pray to God that your life goes forward, that everything works out. I pray to God for your safety. I pray to God to surround you with His angels to protect you, take care of you. We love you, brother, and I'm going to tell you what, we want to see you succeed, get out there and get your life back. And I thank you for coming on today. And
thanks for having me.
I'll tell you what, I'm gonna keep an eye out. And you know what? I hope that I'm gonna look for a way to help you. And thank you very much. Thank you for joining us. Before I leave, I just want to remind you that we have a few left for the 3A research. Dry, flaky, thin skin. You still have a chance to make a little extra money. It's $225. All you got to do is call 575-288-1646 to see if you qualify. This is a good company, 3A Research. They're coming to Las Cruces to bring in opportunity here, plus they're testing things that may help us. And there's new things coming up next month we'll talk about. But thank you for joining us today with the Mike Tellez Show. My name is Mike Tellez.